YouTube, what is going on? It is Pep Talk. I'm back with another video. I'm looking pretty scruffy at the moment. Apologies for that. I need to get a haircut. But on a serious note, I am here to talk to you about female nature today. I have a female nature story, and to be totally honest with you guys, it's not something I'm planning on doing regularly in terms of these type of videos, but I am going to pop up with a video here and there about it because I do think this information can be valuable for you guys in whatever sort of dating or relationships or whatever you're looking for in life and with females. This might help you. So, give you a bit of a background. So, I was dating a girl when I was 19 for about 2 years. It was a positive relationship. I mean, we were both very young, so it was her first relationship experience and also her first. Um, and it was sort of my first serious relationship as well. So, yeah, it was a positive, it was a positive relationship. And I think just towards the end, our families were very different. We were two very different people. Her older sister was 23 at the time, and she was already married with a kid. So, me being the person I am is even now at 26 nowhere near ready for kids. Obviously back then I was not even thinking about it, wasn't even in the back of my mind in any way, shape or form. But for her, obviously having an older sister, this was something she was thinking about. So these are sort of I think the subconscious things that ended our relationship. And it didn't really end that badly. I broke up with her one day, and that was kind of it. Anyway, she moved on very quickly after we broke up, maybe 2 to 3 months, with a guy that I wasn't personally close mates with, but a very close mate of mine was almost best friends with him. That's kind of irrelevant, but what I'm trying to say is there was one night where we all went out when I was still with this girl, and this guy, I could very easily tell he was eyeing her off. So, although this is about female nature, guys, just be prepared that guys are snakes as well. Doesn't matter what relationship you may have with that guy. If your guy finds the girl attractive, guaranteed he's going to make his shot 100%. So, didn't really bother me because I was sort of looking to be single as well. I was going overseas to Brazil coming up after we broke up. So, to be totally honest with you, being that age and being single, going overseas is probably something that, I wanted to do. So, fast forward we broke up in about October of 2000 and I think it was 2013. Yeah, it was 2013. And fast forward to about June 2015. So, I get invited to this 21st of a girl that is friends with her. And yeah, like that whole group of girls, like I was quite familiar with when I was with her because they were a group. And, she still invited us because she was on good terms. This girl that was having the 21st was on good terms with all of us. And yeah, so we just went to this 21st, right? And I got there, and look, my intention to go there was to just ignore her. And one of her close friends, my ex's closest friends, who, by the way, I cannot stand, and I don't really hate people, but I would say I hate her. She was there, and I had no respect for her because after our relationship ended, she thought that she could make comments about our relationship to me, abusing me in a message, which I didn't really appreciate, considering that this girl that messaged me cheated on her boyfriend. Could have very easily told the boyfriend. Maybe in hindsight I shouldn't, but it's not really my business to say. So I didn't say anything. I very could have easily stooped down to her level, but I did not. So that just kind of shows that females always think with their emotions. This girl was just having a go at me and whatnot, and then she cheated on her boyfriend. So anyway, that's kind of irrelevant. So I went there, and I blanked them completely. It's like they weren't even there. And I remember one instant I went to the bar, and my ex and her best friend, the one that I said that hated me, they were looking at me, waiting to get a reaction, and I gave them absolutely nothing. I mean, nothing. And I could see that it was visibly triggering both of them that I was not giving him any sort of reaction. And yeah, I could just tell that it was pissing him off. So later in the night, about an hour later, there's a girl that walks in, and I knew her from before, and I found her very attractive. And I just went up to her and started having a conversation with her. And I got the choosing signals that this girl was, that was keen to maybe move things forward. So I sort of isolated us two from the group and went to go sit down on the right-hand side of the venue. I kid you not, this girl, my ex, was watching the whole time. And I just want to point this out to you guys. This wasn't 2 months after we broke up. This was a year and a half, maybe even a little bit more. And honestly, that night I was feeling it. Like I was really like my conversation was good. I was just in that really good, relaxed, chilled mindset that you need to be when talking to women, And I was doing all the right things, and then at some point we started hooking up, we started making out, all that kind of stuff. And I'll never forget it. I was sitting about here, my ex was about there on the other side of the room, and she was burning. I mean, burning. And I can't believe I forgot to tell you this, guys, but her boyfriend, the new boyfriend, the one that she moved on 2 months with after we broke up, was there the whole night with her. The whole night. And this, I don't even want to bag him because I'm not that type of guy, but he was a beta because he could see this very visibly happening. And because he was so whipped and so strung by this female, my ex, he was just ignoring it like, it's fine, I'm with her now, so happy days, without really seeing the bigger picture. Anyway, so we continuously talking. At this point, we'd isolated ourselves for about maybe an hour and a half, and I was talking to her, and I see my ex coming over, and I was like, oh, here we go. I was like, what's going to happen here? To give you a bit of a background, the girl that I was hooking up with and my ex apparently years ago played netball together. Okay, so when this girl that I was getting with got to the party, they actually embraced and had a quick conversation. So they were familiar with each other. And this girl that I was getting with also knew that my ex-girlfriend was with me at one point. She knew this, and clearly she didn't give a toss about that. And she clearly had no loyalty to my ex because, they played netball together for 1 year. It's not exactly like they've been best mates for a long time. So she walked towards her and didn't acknowledge I was there, and basically said, I need to speak to you for a minute. And they walked off together, not that far. I couldn't really hear snippets of the conversation, but she came back, the girl I was getting with, and was laughing and was telling me that my ex was saying, despite the fact that we'd been broken up for a year and a half, despite the fact that her boyfriend was with her not only throughout the night, but also when she approached me and the girl I was getting with to have issues with the fact that we were getting with each other, was there with her the whole time. And she had the nerve to say to this girl, I don't want you getting with him. And she made up some rubbish excuse that they apparently are supposed to have loyalty with each other because they played 1 year of netball together. And then when she realized, apparently the girl I was getting with, she said, I'm not going to do that. You can't tell me what I can or can't do. I can, talk to whoever I want. If he's your ex, it's not really my problem. This happened years before. She said something along those lines because I remember she told me, and my ex then tried to turn this girl off me by saying all these things to me, like how I'm a shit person, how I have a small dick and everything like that, doing every single thing in her power to try and turn her away from me. And once she realized she couldn't do that, she stormed off and left the party. Can I also add that when my ex was saying this to the girl I was getting with, she was saying all this stuff like, you can't be getting with him. And her boyfriend was saying, yeah, exactly. Like behind her, like a little puppet. And I was thinking, mate, if I was you right now, I would be highly concerned that your girl cares what her ex is doing with another girl a year and a half after we've broken up and whilst you're still together with my ex now. So I was like, mate, that just sort of shows that you are blue-pilled as, because if you can't even realize that and you're backing up your girl in this conversation where it clearly shows that she still had some sort of feelings towards me, or she was just extremely jealous, because girls are very jealous by nature, letting you guys know that. Whatever it was, she couldn't handle it and the boyfriend backed her up, and then she got angry and left the party, and I wasn't to see her again. And the reason why I want to tell you this, guys, is that girls are jealous. Very jealous by nature, okay? When they see you self-improved, when they see you with another girl, that is like kryptonite to a girl. Like, she will not be able to handle the fact that you're not strung up on her and you've moved on with someone else. And the fact that, I wasn't trying to do it in front of her, but at the same time, like, I wasn't gonna not do it because she was there, because as I told you guys, we had been broken up for a year and a half. And this girl clearly still had feelings towards me. It was, as I said, it was either that or the fact that I was moving on in front of her and she couldn't handle it, despite the fact that she had already moved on 2 months after we broke up. So I wanted to share this story because I wanted to make you guys aware of how girls are, is that they can be jealous by nature. If you ever want to not prove yourself to a girl, because you should never prove yourself to anyone, to any sort of girl or whatsoever, but if you want to attract more women, just get with other women. Like, the amount of times that I've been talking to a girl that knows another girl that I know, and then the girl that I'm talking to, is the girl that I'll start that again. What I'm basically trying to say to you is you can get girls jealous by getting with other girls. There's been so many instances for me where I've been talking to someone, and I know that certain someone's friend, and that friend gets jealous because I'm talking to that girl. It's all about competition. Girls are pretty much almost more competitive than guys in some ways, but they are better at hiding it. It's like their sexual nature as well. They, I think, are more sexual than males, but they're also a million times better at hiding it than males can, So I just wanted to share this story with you because I want you guys to realize that females can behave like this when they're jealous. And I also shared this story because I don't want you to be that guy that my ex was with when they were trying to turn the girl off that I was getting with off me. You know what I mean? I don't want you to be that guy that's like backing up your girlfriend for any sort of argument and basically just agreeing with everything she says, because I will guarantee you, you'll either lose her or she'll stay in a relationship to be comfortable, but she'll lose complete respect for you. Like, I guarantee that. I've seen it happen in my beta days. It happened to me as well. I've learned a lot from these experiences. So just be aware of that, because you don't want to be that second choice guy. You don't want to be that fallback guy. You want to be a jack of all trades. You want to have everything. You want to be that guy that girls want to settle down with. You want to be that guy that girls just want to mess around with. You want to be the best version of yourself, okay? You need to do that if you want to, be in a relationship or even just mess around with women in general. Like, personally, I've messed around with a lot of women in the past. It's not really what I'm about anymore. I'm sort of looking for something not necessarily more serious, but I am looking for at least someone that I have some sort of connection with, not just for sex, because honestly, it gets boring after a while. Like, not after a while, I mean very quickly. Like, it really does. And I just want you guys to be aware of these kind of things before, if you're in any sort of relationship or you're thinking about it. That's just this story is a typical example of female nature, jealousy, girls wanting what they can't have. And, basically they always want to get one up on the guy. And if they don't, they can't handle it. And that is exactly what happened in this situation that I told you. I appreciate you watching, guys. Thanks for coming to Pep Talk. I'll be doing a lot more videos coming up, so please keep your eyes peeled. Do check out some of my other videos. Please check out my most recent one as well. And give me any feedback, any likes would be appreciated as well. Have a great day.